The Portland Police Sunshine Division and Zupan's Markets continue to support Project Ray of Hope. You can help by donating non-perishable food at any of the 4 Zupans now through April 12th.
I'm Mike Zupan. Please join us in helping make Project Ray of Hope a huge success.
Welcome back, Dave Northwest. Are you stressed out? It may be showing up in your dreams. And here to tell us what we can learn from our anxiety dreams, we welcome the author of The Complete Dream Book, Dr. Gillian Holloway. Nice to meet you. I know a Gillian, so it's confusing to me.
Yeah.
Nice to have you here. I'll bet you more people right now are having anxiety dreams because of the state of the economy, the stress in our everyday lives, and it manifests in dreams, does it?
Absolutely. The stress that you're under is reflected in your dreams, and sometimes if it's an unusual dream, it can give you a clue as to what you need to do to manage that stress.
Well, now, how common are anxiety dreams as opposed to just a dream about frolicking among flowers?
Well, right now, 75% of the dreams that people are contacting me with are anxiety dreams, so they're really common. Even for people who don't usually have bad dreams or nightmares, right now they're having them, and they're unsettling if you're not used to having them and you don't know if that means you're coming unglued or how to take them.
Is an anxiety dream the same as a nightmare? I think of nightmare as something where someone's trying to get you or something bad is happening, as opposed to anxiety dream where there's a problem you can't solve.
That's exactly the difference, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so anxiety dreams, what can we learn from them? What do they tell us? You said that there's a clue that maybe we need to do something.
Well, you don't want to take a dream literally, of course, because they're symbolic, but you don't want to take it seriously. And every dream has an implication. So if you have a dream that you're paralyzed, the implication is that you want to take some kind of action. Even if you're risking making a mistake between 2 choices, taking action is going to be better than staying in the quagmire.
Now, but oftentimes I'll have a dream about something that's related to something that happened earlier that day. Mm-hmm. Does that mean anything, or is that just, memories of the day filtering into your dreamscape?
What happens, Dave, is that your mind takes events that have happened in the day and uses them in making a play. It's almost like props in a production. So things that have happened to you recently are the most recent things in your temp file, if you will, and they are woven into the story of the dream.
So is every dream trying to tell you something?
Every dream is an attempt at problem solving, yeah. And the dreams that you have throughout the course of the night are all about the same subject matter, even though the dreams look entirely different.
Interesting. So should you worry that they're going to come true then?
Well, dreams are not exactly going to come true, but they are running theoreticals on what could happen a couple of months out. That's why it seems like dreams come true so often. But they're actually trying to give you a chance, they're giving you a heads up that this is the time to take some action, or this is the time to make a plan, take better care of yourself. Or if you're having a dream of being paralyzed, like I mentioned, you want to go ahead and take a chance.
Some people say, "Oh, I don't have dreams. I don't dream. Or I didn't have a dream last night, or I don't remember them." Does that do people always dream and just don't remember?
That's exactly right. We're all dreaming, but about 40% of the population doesn't remember their dreams on a regular basis. It's just a personality trait, and it's not right or wrong.
It's phenomenal because a lot of people, they'll have a great dream, and if they wake up, I want to go back to sleep to catch that dream, but you can't catch it, can you? You can't go back to it.
Well, if you were trying to catch the dream, get in exactly the same sleep position that you were in before, and that's your best chance of getting back into that dream. But usually when we have the great ones, those are not the ones that you can get back into.
How many dreams do people typically have in a night? They don't have just one long dream, there are several, right?
Oh, every 90 minutes throughout the night you're having a REM state with the rapid eye movement, and then you're having really active dreams, and in between those states you're also having dreams that are more process oriented. If we wake somebody up in the sleep lab, they're dreaming about work or some kind of task in between those 90-minute cycles.
All right, let's talk about some of the common anxiety dreams. Driving off a bridge. People where a road gives out, they've got nowhere to go, or they're, the road has failed them. What does that mean?
That is usually, if you think about it, that's usually a metaphor for some kind of plan or project or connection they're trying to make in their life, and they've just hit a major roadblock. It's either usually in a relationship or a professional situation where they're trying to get somewhere and it just feels like you've been cut off. That's a frustration dream, really.
What about losing your teeth? That's a common one. I've had that one many times.
Have you had that dream?
Oh, yeah.
But not anymore. You don't have it anymore. Is that correct?
I haven't had it in a while that I recall.
Okay. I say that because that's a dream you have between the ages of 15 and 35. And it's usually a dream that is very personal. It's unique to the individual. It means different things to different people, but it's a frustration dream because you're doing something that isn't working out for you. It's not right for you. But it's a compromise that you have to stick with. This is a dream people have in a bad marriage or in college or in the service, something where you got to kind of stick with that compromise until you can figure out a new plan.
Well, I'm glad I don't have any more. My wife is watching.
Well,
what about romantic dreams? when people have romantic dreams about their spouse or strangers or whatever, what do those mean? Those aren't necessarily anxiety dreams, are they?
No, hopefully not.
Yeah.
Usually romantic dreams might give you a clue about something that you might be interested in your relationship. Sometimes they'll give you, not exactly to be taken literally, but sometimes it's a time to take time out and be with your loved one.
Okay, this is a common one I have, plane crashing.
Okay.
Usually I think I'm watching the plane crash. I've had vivid dreams of watching a plane crash.
Yeah.
Or that I'm going to be on a plane that crashes. What does that mean?
That's an anxiety dream, as I mentioned to you, is more typical for men. The observing a plane crash, and it usually has to do with feeling responsible for something that you don't have much control over. And it's an anxiety dream in that you're usually afraid that the plane's going to crash, or you're witnessing it crashing. So there's some anxiety that the project or the group that you're responsible for is going downhill in a big way, and there's nothing you can do except watch it happen. So that's a typical man's nightmare when you're feeling protective of a group.
Interesting. And forgetting your child, that you've lost your baby, you've lost your child somewhere.
I know, it sounds funny, but that's a very strong anxiety dream, and it's more common for women, and it's more common for new parents, and it's a dream of overwhelm, basically.
Yeah.
It's like your worst fear, that you could get so distracted, like the movie Home Alone.
And then when your kids become teenagers and you have dreams of them moving away, that's completely different. Right?
Is, yeah.
And then here's what I have too. Someone's breaking into our house.
Okay.
They break into our house, and I can't yell to get their attention to do something. What is that? That's obviously, again, a protector dream, isn't it?
It's exactly a protector dream, and it's more common for men than women, and it is a peak anxiety dream. So when you're having real uncertainty in your life, and you know how that ebbs and flows, you'll tend to have that dream that you can't protect the house. And of course, the house is just your world, your unit, your family.
Interesting. I think a lot of people just take them for granted, but it's a fascinating book with this information. We want folks to know that they can find out more about the book, the Complete Dream Book, on our website at katu.com, and we'll have a link to your website as well. Thanks so much for coming in today.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
I hope you dream about this.
I will.
Okay, good. All right, lace up your walking shoes because it's time to hit the pavement in support of March for Babies. Find out how you can get your company involved. That's coming up next on AM Northwest.